So we started linear inequalities, right? We started linear inequalities. So let's solve few examples. So this one, I think we solved it. 3x is less than 200 when the value of x is a natural number, x is an integer. So I think the second example is also solved, right? Next is solve 4x plus 3 is less than 6x minus 7. So how to approach this? Can you guys tell me?
We can subtract 3 on both sides.
Yeah. So subtract 3 on both sides. Then what will you get? 4x plus 3 minus 3 is less than 6x plus 7 minus 3. So 4x will be less than 6x plus 4. Now tell me what we are supposed to do.
Then subtract by 4 on both sides.
See, why did you want to subtract 3 on both the sides? Why didn't you think of subtracting 7 on both the sides? So if you would have taken 7, no? Look at the larger coefficient of x. So had you subtracted 7, this and this would have got cancelled. 4x minus 4 is less than 6x. Now, subtract what? 4x on both sides. So minus 4 will be less than 2x. So which implies, after this, what we are supposed to do?
Divide by 2 on both sides.
Divide by 2 on both sides. So what will you get? X will be greater than minus 2. So the answer is minus 2 to infinity. So x belongs to minus 2 to infinity. Got it? I'm going to the next one. See, solve 5 minus 2x by 3 is less than or equal to x minus 6 divided by 5. So solution is 5 by 3 minus 2x by 3 is less than or equal to x by 6 minus 5. So what can I do? Subtract
5 by 3 on both sides.
So minus 2x by 3 is less than or equal to x by 6 minus 20 by 5. Now what should I do? Subtract x by 6 on both the
20
sides.
by 3 only, no, sir.
Yeah, 20 by 3, sorry. Now subtract x by 6 on both the sides. So minus 2x by 3 minus x by 6 is less than or equal to minus 20 by 3. Okay. Minus 2x by 3 minus x by 6 is going to be how much? Minus 5x by 6 is less than or equal to minus 20 by 3.
20.
Since you have a minus sign, what are we supposed to do? Multiply with minus on both sides. What will happen? 5x by 6 will be greater than or equal to 20 by 3. Now what are we supposed to do? Multiply with 6 by 5 on both sides. So you will get x is greater than or equal to 20 by 3 into 6 by 5. This will be 2 and this will be 4. So x is greater than or equal to 8. Did you understand why I multiplied with 6 by 5 on both the sides?
To get it.
Yes. So next one is solve 7x plus 3 is less than 5x minus 9, and you have to show it on a number line. So here subtract 3 on both sides. So if I subtract 3 on both sides, 7x will be less than 5x plus 6. Next is subtract 5x on both sides. You will get 2x is less than 6. Then divide with 2 on both sides. What do you get? X is less than
3.
3. They want us to represent this on a number line. So if you take a number line like this, if 3 is here, okay, this is a number line. So what you're supposed to do is at 3, you put an open circle like this. So when you put an open circle, it is understood that that value is not included, and you need to shade on this portion. Okay. So the answer will be x belongs to minus infinity to 3. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So shall I move on to the next one? Can you guys solve this and tell me what is the answer? Can you solve what is the next one and tell me what is the answer? Anybody with the answer?
Not sure, sir, but I got x should be greater than or equal to 1.
Let's see. It should be greater than or equal to
1 I got, sir.
1.
It is x plus 1 by 4 minus 1.
Meenakshi, I'm not able to hear you.
Sir, the question says x plus
I'm still not able to hear you. Meenakshi, 1 minute, Mohan. I'm not able to hear you. Can you come close to the mic?
1 second. X plus 1 by subtract the 1 from the
Sorry, subtract the.
Yes, sir, you forgot the 1.
Yeah, I forgot the 1, but I took the LCM and directly wrote it.
Oh, okay.
I took the LCM and wrote it. I saw that one. Yeah. Is it clear? So 6x is greater than or equal to x minus 3 plus 8. So 6x is greater than or equal to x plus 5. Subtracting x on both sides implies 5x is greater than or equal to 5. You got x is greater than or equal to 1. No?
1.
That is right. That is right. So on a number line, what you're supposed to do is, if this is 1 included or not? When it is included, it should put a closed circle like this. So this is the way you plot it. Okay, these lines at the bottom I'm just putting for you to understand, that's it. Since in the exam you will not be able to, if you're using another color pen, it is fine. If you're not able to use it, you can just put the lines like this so that they will understand.
Okay, sir.
X belongs to 1 to infinity. Right?
So x is greater than or equal to 1, no, sir. Then we have to say the left hand side only, no, sir.
Greater than or equal to 1 means 1, 2, 3 like that. It should be right hand side. No? X is greater than or equal to minus 1. Greater than or equal to means
Okay,
right
okay,
side. Yeah. So let's try out example number 7. The marks obtained by a student of class 11 in the first and second terminal examination are, so mark 1 and mark 2 are 62 and 48 respectively. Find the number of minimum marks that he should get in the annual examination so that he has an average of at least means minimum. Okay, at most means maximum. At least 60 marks. So let M be the marks to be obtained in which exam? The annual exam. Obtained in annual exam. Then what can we say? M1 plus M2 plus M3 by 3. This is the average. So what are they told? At least means should be greater than or equal to 60.
Sir, why you took 3 subjects, sir?
Not 3 subjects, 3 exam marks.
Yes, sir. Why you took 3 exam marks, sir?
Because find the number of minimum marks he should obtain the annual exam to have an average of at least. Average is calculated at the
Sir,
end
but
of the annual.
mark is only 2, no, sir.
If you have 2, then take the average of 62 plus 48 by 2 is how much? So you mean to say 68 plus 48 by 2 is greater than 60? That doesn't make sense, no?
Sir.
You will not get also, first of all. When they say average, the final is
But
also
it is
taken.
equal, no, sir. The average of 62 and 40 will be equal, no, sir. 60.
But they are saying at least 60 means it should be greater than or equal to. Equal to, and it can be greater than also, but it should not be less than. That is the meaning. The sum of all the marks divided by 3 should be greater than or equal to 60. So M1 is 62, M2 is 48, plus third mark is M divided by 3 should be greater than or equal to 60. So what should I do? Multiply
with 3.
on both sides. So 62 plus 48 is how much? 110, no? 10, yeah. 110 plus M should be greater than or equal to 180. M should be greater than or equal to 7. So the minimum marks you need to get in the annual examination is 70. You can get 70 or more than that. Okay, they didn't ask us to plot, no? If anyone is having a textbook, verify the answers also. Wait, I will open it. So this is problem number what? X should be greater than or equal to 70. Right. Shall we go on to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Can I go a little faster? Because this chapter is very easy. Okay. Can I go a little fast?
Okay.
Sure. Okay. If you feel you're not able to understand, please ask. Okay. So find all pairs of consecutive odd numbers, both of which are larger than 10, such that their sum is less than 40. Find all pairs of consecutive odd numbers, both of which are larger than 10, such that their sum is less than 40. Okay. So how can you take the odd numbers as? X1 and X2. What are the condition they have imposed? X1 greater than 10 and X2 is also greater than 10. But their sum should be less than 40. Okay, so what can we do for this? Just a minute. So they've taken. I'll do it in two ways and show. So if I take X1 to be greater than 10, what can be the second number? See, suppose 1 is an odd number, what will be the next odd number to it? 3, right? Then, see, what is the general form of an odd number? General form of an odd number, 2n plus 1 or 2n minus 1, because 2 into any number is what? 2 multiplied with even. So if you add 1 or subtract 1 from an even number, you will get an odd number. Okay, so 2n plus 1 is also an odd number, or 2n minus 1 is also an odd number. So this is one way of approaching. Or else what I can do is, if I take the first odd number to be x, the second odd number can be x plus 2. Okay. So what are they saying? The sum of the odd numbers should be how much?
Less than 40.
Less than 40.
So x plus 2 should be less than 40. So x is 2x plus 2 is less than 40. So 2x should be less than, you can know how to do all those steps. No, 2x should be less than 38 and x should be less than 90. So what is the minimum value of x that is possible? 10, and the maximum value is 19. So what are all the pairs of odd numbers? So just a minute, I want to see how they've reported the answer. They've given it as ordered pairs only. So x should be greater than 10. So what is the odd number which is just greater than 10?
11.
So
13.
11. But one minute, wait. See, one point I missed is find all pairs of consecutive odd numbers. So find all pairs of consecutive odd natural numbers, both of which are greater than 10. Okay. I didn't see that point. So 11 and
13.
the consecutive 13. After 11, if you take 13, it will be 15. After 15, 17. 17, 19, can I write?
No, sir.
No, because 19 is not included. So only there are 3 pairs. But why did they write 17 and 19? Okay, 17 plus 19 is how much?
36. So,
17.
sir, 19 is x plus 2, sir. So that's why we.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood, sir.
Yeah. So it should be 11 and 13, 13 and 15, 15 and 17, and 17 and 19. Right? So shall I move on to the next one? Now listen. Solve 24x is less than 100 when x is a natural number. This is an exercise problem. So divide with 24 on both sides. What do you get? X will be less than 100 divided by 24. So what is 100 divided by 24? 50 by 12. That should be equal to, implies x is less than 25 by 6. So 25 by 6 is 4 point something. So x has to be a natural number, means for x to be a natural number, x should be less than 4 point something, no? So what are all the natural numbers that are possible? So x can be 1, 2, 3, or what? Should 4 be included or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, because it is 4 point something, no? So the natural number less than 4 point something is 4. That's right. And see, if you get these kind of doubts, now what you can do is you can substitute here and see. 4 into 24 is how much? 96. 96 is less than 100. Meenakshi, I'm not able to hear if you're speaking something. Did you speak something now?
No, sir.
Okay. Did anyone speak now? Okay, we'll go to the next one. If x has to be an integer, so if x has to be integer, Mithun, tell me the answer.
25 by 6.
So dot 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 minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what are all the possible values of x that you can substitute, provided x has to be an integer? These are all the values that you can substitute so that the inequality is satisfied. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, when they ask you about a natural number and integer, they'll not ask you to plot it on number line because the number line consists of real number. Okay, so don't worry about it. Solve minus 12x is greater than 30. So multiply with
-1 by.
minus on both sides. So 12x will be greater. What will happen to the inequality?
It will change.
By the way, when we did that in some problem, did I change the inequality?
Yes. I think you did, sir.
I did it, no? I did it. So minus 12x is less than minus 30. Divide
12 on both sides.
with 12 on both sides, you will get 2.5. So x should be less than minus 30 by 12. Implies x should be less than minus 2.5. So x is a natural number. X equal to 1, comma 2. X is an integer. Dot 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 minus 3, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. I hope this is clear. Okay. Shall we move on to the next one?
So for the first one, x is less than minus 2.5. We are now going to take negative.
Oh,
into
minus
account.
2.5. Sorry. I took it as 2.5. Sorry.
So that means 0, no, sir. No
0, null
natural.
set. X is a null set. There is no value of natural number that is possible. I missed this minus. Sorry. So it is minus 2.5. X is a null set.
Then for second one also to change, no, sir.
Then it should be
Up till minus 2.5.
so minus 4, minus 3. X is less than minus 2 point. So this is minus 2.5. So what will you have? You will have till minus 3. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Right. Shall I move on to the next one? So it's a similar problem. You guys can do it. Similar problem. You can do it. Let's try this one. This is also simple only. So 4x plus 3 is less than 6x plus 7. Subtract 7 on both sides, which implies 4x minus 4 is less than 6x. Then subtract 4x on both sides. Minus 4 is less than 2x. Divide with 2 on both sides implies minus 2 is less than x. So x is greater than minus 2. So x belongs to minus 2 to infinity. Okay. So sixth one you people can do. Tell you what all. Seventh you can do. Eighth you can do. Let us do ninth one. So x plus x by 2 plus x by 3. Take LCM. By 6. 6x plus 3x plus 2x is less than 11. 6 plus 3. So 11x is by 6 is less than 11. Multiply with 6 by 11 on both the sides. So x should be less than 6. Then so this you can solve. This also you can solve. This also you can try. So all these algebra based you can solve it. So what you need to do is, for example, if you have to solve this question, okay. So how do you approach? Can you people tell me? So solution is 37 minus 3x minus 5 is greater than or equal to 9x minus 8x plus 24. Okay. So 37 minus 5 is 32 minus 3x is greater than or equal to 24 plus x. So subtract 24 on both sides. You will get 32 minus 24 minus 3x is greater than or equal to x. So 32 minus 24 is 8. 8 minus 3x is greater than or equal to x. Now add 3x on both sides. What will you get? 8 is greater than or equal to 4x. Divide with 4 on both sides. You get x is greater than or equal to 2. So x belongs to 2 to infinity.
Sir, the 2 will be greater than or equal to x, no, sir.
X is less than or equal to s. So x will be less than or equal to 2. So x belongs to minus infinity to 2. Done. So similarly, what you need to do with this problem is first take LCM and simplify and write it as a single expression in terms of x and constant, and then do the rearrangements. This exercise is all about this. Similarly, take LCM and then solve. So in this case, they're asking you to show the graph on the number line. This also you can try. This also we have done no similar kind of problems. Now let's do this problem. Ravi obtained 70-75 marks in the first unit test. Find the number of minimum marks he should have get in the third test to have an average of at least 60 marks. So M1 plus M2 plus M divided by 3 should be greater than or equal to 60. So 70 plus 75 plus M divided by 3 should be greater than or equal to 60. So 70 plus 75 plus M should be greater than or equal to 180. So M should be greater than or equal to 180 minus 145. So M should be greater than or equal to how much? So he should get a minimum of 35 marks for his average to be 60. Right. So let's do this 22nd. To receive grade A in a course, one must obtain an average of 90 marks or more in 5 examinations, each of 100 marks. If Sunita's marks, the first 4 examinations are M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4 plus the last exam is M divided by 5. Now observe, if Sunita's marks, the first 4 examinations are 87, 92, 94 and 95, 87, 92, 94 and 95, find the minimum marks that Sunita must obtain in the 5th examination to get a grade A. So means this should be greater than or equal to 90. So 87 plus 92 plus 94 plus 95 plus M should be greater than or equal to 450. So can you add and tell me what is the value? So 270. So it is 360. From 360, what I should do is I should subtract a 3 and add 11. So 11 plus 6 is 368. Is that right? So 368 plus M should be greater than or equal to 450. So M should be greater than or equal to 450 minus 368. So what will be the answer? 2. So minimum she needs to score is 82. Can you guys do the 23rd also? Find all pairs of consecutive odd positive integers, both of which are smaller than 10. So x is less than 10 and x plus 2 is also less than 10. And their sum is more than 11. So x plus 2 should be greater than 11. So 2x should be greater than 9. X should be greater than 9 by 2. So x should be greater than 4.5. So after 4.5, what is the integer that you can find?
5.
5. So what are all the pairs that you can think of?
5,
5 and 7.
7 and 9.
7 and
9.
And x should be less than 10, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So 5, 7.
9, 11 also can come, no, sir.
Yeah, 9, 11 can come because x is less than. So 9, 11 will also come. 9, 11 is obviously greater than 11.
Yes, sir.
Right. Shall I move on to the next one? Again, same thing, man. Consecutive even positive integers, same thing, which are larger than 5. So x is greater than 5 and x plus 2 is also greater than 5 and their sum is less than 23. Did you understand why I wrote it as x plus 2? Because the difference between two consecutive even numbers is also 2 only. So 2x plus 2 should be less than 23. So 2x should be less than 21. X should be less than 21 by 2. But what did they say? They told us positive integers. So that is x should be less than 10.5. So what is the integer we can think of? 10. So a number greater than 5 and less than 10. So what are all the possible ordered pairs? 5, 7, not 5, 6,
Even
7.
positive.
Yeah, sorry. 6, 8. Then 8, 10. 10 is not 10 is possible.
No, sir.
Why?
Because it's not equal to 10. Less than or
Less
equal
than,
to only less than 10.
Less than 10.5 means I can include 10 also, no?
Okay, sir. I thought we are taking the integer value as 10.
No. Then I can take 10 and
10 and
12.
12. Yes, sir.
Should I move on to the next one? This is a good problem. The longest side of a triangle is 3 times the shortest side, and the third side is 2 centimeters shorter than the longer side. The perimeter of the triangle is at least 61. Find the minimum length of the shortest side. So it is some triangle. Let's take it as scalene triangle. If the shortest side is taken as x, okay, if I take this as ABC, if AB is shortest side, that is x, okay. Now what are they telling about longest side? Let BC be longest side. I don't know which is, so I'm just assuming longest side. So what are they saying about BC? The longest side of a triangle is 3 times the shortest side. So it is 3x. Correct? And the third side. So obviously, what is the third side? AC. The third side is 2 centimeter shorter than the longest side. That is 3x minus 2. Accepted? So AC is equal to 3x minus 2. Then what are they saying? If the perimeter of the triangle is at least 61, least means minimum. Minimum means greater than or equal to. So perimeter is AB plus BC plus AC. So that is x plus 3x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 61. Okay. So this is 6x plus x, that is 7x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 61. 7x is greater than or equal to 63, which implies x is greater than or equal to 9. So what is the shortest side possible? So what will be the sides of the, then what are they asking? Then what is the minimum length of the shortest side? What is the minimum length? So minimum length of the shortest side is 9 centimeter. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So are you copying or shall I move on to the next one?
Sir, 1 minute, sir.
Okay.
Sir, for better understanding, we do represent it.
Your voice is breaking. For better understanding?
So for better understanding, we can represent the solution on the number line, no, sir?
No need. Here number line is not needed. They're just asking the value. No? Find the minimum length. You can just, minimum length is 9. 9, what are you going to plot on the... Had they asked the range of values, then you can plot it. See, number line is used to plot the range of values. If there are more than one value or something like that, you can use the number line. Okay. Shall I move on? So I'm moving on. The last topic. A man wants to cut 3 lengths from a single piece of board of length 91 centimeter. Okay, there is a board that he has in his hand, whose length is how much? 91 centimeter. Wants to cut 3 lengths from a single piece. The second length is to be 3 centimeter longer than the shortest, and the third is to be twice as long as the shortest. So suppose I take this as the shortest side. I don't know which one is short. I'm taking this as short. The second length should be 3 greater than the shortest, right? And the third is to be twice as long as the shortest. Accepted? So
Yes,
what
sir.
are the possible lengths of the shortest board? If the third piece is, what are the possible lengths of the shortest board? That is, what are the possible values of x? If the third piece is to be at least 5 centimeter longer than the second. So for 2x to be greater than or equal to 5 more than the shortest, the second shortest. Are you guys able to understand?
Yes, sir.
So what are the possible lengths of the shortest board? Means what are the ranges of x? If the third piece, that is 2x, is to be at least means minimum. At least means greater than or equal to. At most means less than or equal to. Okay. At least 5 centimeter longer than the second one. Okay. So this is the answers. How to solve this? So x should be greater than or equal to 8. That's it. That's it.
Sir, then
And
why is 90?
one more thing. No, one more condition is there. I missed it. I'm sorry. So 2x should be greater than means x should be greater than or equal to 8. So according to what they're given. And x and x plus 3 plus 2x should be less than or equal to 71. Because he might not use the complete board also. He might not need. Okay. So x plus 3 plus 2x should be less than or equal to 91. The maximum you can use is 91. Or if you want only lesser value, you can use less than 91 also. So that is 4x plus 3 is less than 91, which implies 4x is less than 88. X should be less than or equal to 22. So what are the values of x? So x belongs to 8 to
22. Okay, sir.
So you can use, the value of x can be anywhere between 8 centimeter or 22 centimeter, where 8 and 22 are included. Okay. Is this clear? Is this clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Can I move on to the next exercise? So we are done with the first one. Now what we are going to do is graphical solution of linear inequalities in two variables. That's what we are going to do. So we are going to find the graphical solution of linear inequalities in two variables. Last year you would have learned the graphical solutions of linear equations in two variables, right? So x plus 2y is equal to 0, x minus 2y is equal to 1. If I give you a question like this, you can find out and tell me what is the value of x and y. So what are all the methods? You can use elimination method, substitution method, cross multiplication method, right? Or you can use the graphical method also. By doing all those things, you get the value of x and y. So think of that x and y. So what does that x and y value represent?
Coordinates in a plane.
Sorry?
Coordinates in a plane.
It is nothing but the point of intersection. Because one important point to be there in your mind is linear equation in two variables is a straight line. So this is one straight line and this is one straight line. By solving those two, you get the point at which those two straight lines meet. Okay. So that is when you have equality. But here what are we going to do is, we are going to find the general solution of linear inequalities in two variables. Means you have linear inequalities. Means just the question will get shifted like this. X plus 2y is greater than 3. X minus 2y is less than 1. I will change it like this. That's it. So what I am trying to ask is, so try to understand, when you have equality symbol, you will get only 1 point because they meet or they might not meet depending on whether they are parallel or coincidental lines. Whereas if I give you an inequality like this, you will get region of points. you will get infinite number of points which are possible in a particular region, which will satisfy both the inequalities simultaneously. What do you mean by simultaneously?
At the same time.
At the same time. See, for example, if I get the answer as 2, 3, when I substitute 2, 3 in the first one, and when I substitute 2, 3 in the second one, both should give me the same answer. Like both should give me the right side answer. When I substitute 2, 3, it should give me a 0. When I substitute 2, 3 in this, it should give me a 1. So that is the meaning of simultaneously satisfying. I gave it as an example. 2, 3 might not be the solution. Are you guys able to understand? In a similar way, I need to find all the ordered pairs of x and y, which will satisfy both the inequalities simultaneously. Okay. So are you guys able to understand? Is there any doubt till this point? Am I clear with this, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will directly explain with an example. See, for example, if they're asking you 3x plus 2y is greater than 6. So see, there are two problems that we are going to see. In this, in this exercise, what we will see is there will only be one linear inequality. Okay, there will only be one linear inequality that you need to verify. If suppose I give you a question like this. Just a minute. (3x plus) how much is this? 3x plus 2y is strictly greater than 6. Okay. Sorry. So y axis. So this is how you need to plot. See, for this chapter, you need to use a graph sheet. Okay, this x and y. Okay. So what did I say? You will be given only one linear inequality. You need to find all the possible values of x and y. Okay. So there are two types of questions that you can get. One is 3x plus y is greater than or equal to 6, or you might get 3x plus 2y greater than or equal to 6. So observe what is the difference. Here it is strict. Means it is strictly greater than 0. Whereas here it is greater than or it can take equal to 6 also. Is this clear till this point?
Yes, sir.
Are you guys clear with this? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So how to solve this? First, consider this as an equality. So the steps. So consider as equality. So if I consider it as equality, I get 3x plus 2y is equal to 6. So what did I say linear equation in two variables is? So linear equation in two variable represents a straight line. Okay. So 3x plus 2y is equal to 6. What does it represent? It represents a straight line. So you remember last year you would have drawn a table like this.
Yes, sir.
X and y, you will substitute different values and do it, no? Now what you need to do is, you need not do all those things. Just put x is equal to 0 and find what is the value of y. What y is equal to how much?
2. 3.
3. Now put y is equal to 0. What is x?
3.
2. 2, right? So what are the coordinates? 0, 3 and 2, 0. Right? So if I take this as 2, 0, for you to understand better, I will take this as 2, 0. And 0, 3, let's say it is somewhere over here. Okay. I hope these 2 points are clear.
Yes, sir.
Now see. This is going to be my straight line.
Yes, sir.
Is this clear? So what we are supposed to do? First treat the inequality as equality. and then find the coordinates where x is equal to 0, find y value, put y is equal to 0, find x value, you'll get two coordinates. Plot those two coordinates on x-axis and y-axis respectively, and draw a line. Now the question is, when you draw this line, see I've made a I've made a small mistake. Okay, observe the correction I'm going to do. Before I draw a line, what I need to verify is the inequality. If the inequality is greater than 6, if it is a strict inequality, whether it is greater than or less than, then you should always represent it using a dotted line. Okay. See, for today, you follow the procedure. Why it is so, I will explain it. After you practice, you will understand. Why we are doing, I will explain definitely. So what, did you understand why I took dotted lines? So reason for dotted lines is who?
Because it's strict.
It is strictly greater than. That is the reason. Okay. Now, after you do this, so what is the first step? Equality. Put x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. After you do all these things, substitute 0, 0 in whom? In the inequality and check. If 0, 0 satisfies, shade it on the side. What is 0, 0 guys?
0.
Origin. Shade it on the side of origin. Origin is nothing but the point of intersection of whom? The axis. If 0, 0 doesn't satisfy, shade on the opposite side of origin. Okay. So what I should do? I should substitute 0, 0 in the inequality. If I substitute 0, 0, then it becomes 3 into 0 plus 2 into 0 greater than 6. 3 into 0 plus 2 into 0 is 0. Is 0 greater than 6?
No, sir.
So the inequality is not satisfied. So when the inequality is not satisfied, you need to shade on the other side of the origin. So putting this kind of a shade, you're trying to say that any value of x, y that is present on this side of the line will satisfy the inequality. For example, if I take, I take this point, okay. What will be the coordinate of this point? Let me say it is 2, 1.5. Substitute 2, 1.5 and see.
It will be greater than 6, sir.
It will be greater than 6. So like this, you can take any value you want. For example, if I take this as 1, then this point will be how much? 1, 3. Substitute 1, 3 and see.
It will also be greater, sir.
So this is the meaning. So in this particular shaded region of mine, if I substitute any value of x, y, this inequality will get satisfied. That is the meaning of solving an inequality graphically. Are you guys able to understand? So when they ask you to solve the graph of linear inequality, they're asking you to shade the region of all the points which will satisfy. Am I clear, guys? So the procedure is
equal to sign is there.
Equal to sign is there. Everything is the same. Okay, just a minute. If equal to sign is there, x-axis, y-axis, what is the coordinate we got? 2, 0 and
0, 3.
If equal to sign is there, sorry, 1 minute. Then what did I do here? If equal to sign is there, you can draw a continuous line. Means all the points on the line will also satisfy. Because see, on this particular line, how many points will you have? On a line, how many points can you find? You can find infinite number of points, right? So line is nothing but the the diagram that you draw by joining all those points which are collinear, which are in the same path. I can say it like that. I cannot. There is a word called as locus. I cannot use it now. That is why I'm trying to say it's a diagram. Okay, it's a shape which you obtain by joining all the points which are collinear. Can I say it like that?
Yes, sir.
So when here what is happening? Two conditions are satisfied. 2x plus 2y is greater than 6 means this condition is getting satisfied. And 3x plus 2y is equal to 6 is also getting satisfied. Is equal to 6 means every point on the line will also satisfy this inequality. That is why I'm drawing continuous line. Whereas if I drew dotted lines here, because in this case dotted lines are drawn because the points on the line will not satisfy the inequality. For example, what is the point on the line? One of such points is 2, 0. Substitute 2, 0 and see. What do you get?
It will be equal to
6 is greater than 6, which is mathematically observed, right? It is not right. So 6 should be equal to 6. If it is equal to, then I can use continuous line. If it is not equal to, that is the reason why I am using a dotted line. Are you guys able to understand? So I'll explain the clear concept tomorrow. Now I just wanted to explain the procedure. Is this clear?
Tomorrow also.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Tomorrow
yeah, yesterday I cancelled it. Now I'll conduct it tomorrow. So 3. I'll try to conduct it a little early. I'll update you guys. I have to look at the classes tomorrow and update you.
Yes.
Okay. So solve 3x plus 6 greater than or equal to 0. So 3x minus 6 is greater than or equal to 0 means what? 3x is greater than or equal to 6, which implies x is greater than or equal to 2. So x is equal to 2 is something which is parallel. X is equal to constant is something parallel to y-axis. Okay. So x is equal to, substitute 0, 0 in this sense. So this is inequality. X is greater than or equal to 2. So since equal to is there, I am drawing a continuous line. So substitute 0, 0 and see.
It does not satisfy.
So 0 is greater than or equal to 2. It doesn't satisfy. So since it doesn't satisfy, you should shade it on the other side of the origin.
Okay, sir.
That's what they have done. See.
Will extend even to negative y-axis, sir.
Yeah, it can extend negative y-axis. It should be on the right of that. It should be on the other side of origin means it should be on the other side of the line.
Sir, that means for the previous diagram, that's only restricted to first quadrant.
Where? Here?
Yes, sir. Here it's restricted to first quadrant or?
No. It is there. It is there here also. If you are able to extend the line, it will go here also.
Okay, sir.
But it is not possible for us to draw everywhere. No? So I restricted it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Are you guys able to understand?
Yes, sir.
So what I do is these problems. It will not take much time. It will not take much time, guys. Trust me. It's very easy. You can just finish it off. In tomorrow's class, I will explain this. With it, this chapter is also over. There's a very small chapter. Okay. So any doubts from today's class?
No, sir.
Okay. Just a minute. Don't leave.